Buddhu, Buddha. Buddhi, Buddhu, Buddha. Interesting session because it is going to help us to reach that state of awakening, to reach the state of enlightenment. AFA, EFE, all depends on BBB. And if BBB is not correct, then you cannot be enlightened. So with that introduction, Sip Abha, Sip Bliko, Sip Nimi and Vikrant, Sip Sanjay, iPhone, Atma, Mini Air, Sip Shiba, Sachin, Alak and Anil, Sip Rumataji, Meenakshi, Girish Anand, Viresh, Sip Mita, Anand, Girija, Krishna, Sip Krishnamma, Samatma, Siri, Ahem, Sip Yogini, Gaurav, Harshal and Prakash, Sip Rajanand, Parvatiyamma, Sukhi and Gigi, Sip Shiva, Chidanand, Sita, Soham and Chotwani. Welcome to the call. We will straight away get on to the subject of BBB and then see how we can move forward. So what is this BBB that we are talking about? BBB, Buddhi. B is Buddhi, B is Buddhu, B is Buddha. Buddhi means Vivek. I think most of you are aware about this, that when we talk about Buddhi, we talk of intellect, the power of intellect, not just what is your IQ, not that IQ, not your intelligent quotient, not your brilliance in terms of academics, your power to discriminate, Vivek or Buddhi. Only human beings have the power called Buddhi. Animals don't. A dog, a frog, a cat, a rat, a butterfly, a bee, a tree cannot. A normal human being is blessed with Buddhi, the power to discriminate and to choose. So it is both power to discriminate and then to choose. First to discriminate, then to choose. If we don't use Buddhi, then what happens? So this is something which is very important, but people don't pay attention to it. People say mind. No, mind is different. So you get caught in this mind. Mind और बुद्धि एक ही है. Mind और बुद्धि ना, mind और बुद्धि एक नहीं है. The moment you think mind is buddhi, you become buddhu. You become fool. That's why in one of my bhajan I told you, I don't know how many of you know this bhajan, I say, जो बुद्धि से नहीं पर जो मन से काम करते लोग उन्हें बुद्धू कहते हैं. सही और गलत का जो भेदभाव ना करते लोग उन्हें बुद्धू कहते हैं. हर इंसान को प्रभु ने जो विवेक दिया है, जो भी करना विवेक से ही हमें करना है. अविद्या में जो जीता लोग उन्हें बुद्धू कहते. So, the point is that it's not about लोग उन्हें बुद्धू कहते हैं. You become a buddhu if you don't use your buddhi. I don't know why they've given me one more paragraph of this song. मूर्ख उसे कहते हैं मन के ख्यालों में जो डूब जाता. जो विवेक से काम न करता, बुद्धि से जो काम न करता, बेवकूफ वो कहलाता. बुद्धि से जो काम न करता, मन के ख्यालों में डूबता, अज्ञानी वो कहलाए. इंसान वही है जो विवेक से जो है जीता, मंजिल वो ही पाता है. प्रभु को वो पाता है. How can you attain Prabhu? How can you attain Prabhu? The only way to attain Prabhu is through Vivek. That's why Adi Shankara called it Viveka Chudamani. He said Viveka Chudamani. Either we can be in a state of mind or we can be in a state of consciousness. We have a choice. Either we can activate Buddhi or remain in mind state. If we don't activate Buddhi, we are Buddhu. Then we are stuck. We are stuck and we can do nothing about it. So, my dear friends, that is today's session. How to activate the Buddhi. How? How to activate the Buddhi? You know it, right? If you want to activate the Buddhi, there is only one way. The way to activate the Buddhi is to reach the state of consciousness. To move from state of mind, still the mind, kill the mind, move to consciousness. Then you can activate. Somebody was asking a story, how can we activate the Buddhi? So somebody gave a good analogy. I like this analogy. They said, have you seen how eagles, they fight snakes? Have you seen? Eagle, how the eagle fights a snake. The eagle picks the snake and takes up in the sky. And in the sky, the power of the snake is not there. The snake has power on the ground. In the sky, the power of the snake is down. So the eagle wins over the snake by picking the snake and taking it into the sky. How is this relevant? No, that's why if you have to take your intellect up, you have to rise up with your intellect, then you will be able to fight the battle with the mind. How can we still the mind? How can we kill the mind? There is no mind. So it's not that there is no mind. The mind, while it doesn't exist, it appears as a bundle of toxic thoughts. The mind appears, and we don't let the toxic thoughts accumulate. When we go into consciousness and there are no toxic thoughts, at that time the Buddhi becomes the master. So we have to be very cautious about how to make the Buddhi the master. And I hope you are clear. Today's subject, if you have doubt, you have to one day by day you need to clear it. Why should we do all this? Somebody asked me the question. Open the door. Why should we do all this? Why can't we be in mind state? Why can't we be Buddhu? So many people say, I like to be Buddhu. Ignorance is bliss. अरे बुद्धू में अच्छा लगता है बुद्धू बुद्धू. The moment you are Buddhu, you will suffer fear, worry, stress, anxiety, regret, shame, and guilt. If you want to overcome the misery of the mind, eliminate MIND. Misery, ignorance, negativity, and desire. We have to eliminate it. Then, if you don't use our Buddhi, you remain a Buddhu. What will happen? If you don't use your Buddhi, the ego will not be awakened. The ego will remain I. And the ego thinks I, then we will live and die. We will suffer and cry without discovering who am I. Therefore, very important for us not to be Buddhu. Very important for us to activate Buddhi. When we reach that state of Buddhi, a state of Viveka Chudamani, what happens in that state? You're aware what happens? One, you still the mind. You kill the mind. You awaken the ego. You become a master. You become a witness. You become an observer. You become a discriminator. Therefore, it is so important to reach this state of Buddhihood. The state of Buddhihood makes you Buddhahood. That's why sometimes I tell people, आंखें खोल, क्यों तू अंधा है, सच क्या ना दिखता है, विवेक से है जीना, आंखें खोलनी है, आंखें जो बंद करता वो तो गिरता है, मन के अंधे ना है बनना, विवेक से हमें जीना. आंखें खोल, open your eyes. क्यों तू अंधा है, सच क्या है? Why don't you open your eyes? Very, very important. जीवन में यूं ही बहक जाते, मकसद जीवन का नहीं पाते, जीवन की प्राथमिकता हम भूलते, संसार में यूं ही डूब जाते, विवेक से नहीं हम सोचते हैं, मन के ख्यालों में खो जाते, जो विवेक से जीता सही वो है सोचता, वही तो मुक्ति पाता है, वही तो सच में जीता है. Very important, my dear friends, very important. When we are in the Buddhi state, we are at the highest peak, highest, the peak of Sthit Pragya. A peak, the Adi Shankara called it Viveka Chudamani, jewel of the intellect. It is such a precious, such an important state. Why the Vivek is called Chudamani? Because it is through the intellect only we can overcome ignorance. It is only through the intellect we overcome Maya, Leela. You realize the truth. Without Buddhi, you cannot become Buddha. You need to have Buddhi to become Buddha. Buddha means awakened one, enlightened one. You know the story of Buddha. Because only when you eliminate the Buddha, Buddha will come, Buddha will go, Buddha will live and die. He will be gone and reborn. But Buddha will not die. Buddha is liberated, united with the supreme immortal power, Sim. So therefore, we must all work in this journey to use our buddhi. Because if we don't use our buddhi, then we are at great loss. What did Karan Johar tell me? ये दुनिया अगर मिल भी जाए तो क्या है? This is what he kept on saying. And I wrote a song after I met him. I wrote a song, I said, जो भी जग में आता वो दुखी तो है होता, बुद्ध ने ये एहसास किया हर इंसान रोता, आसक्ति में फंसता फिर दिल उसका टूटता, वो जीता है रोता है मरता फिर लौटता, कर्मों के हिसाब से पुनर्जन्म वो लेता. See how it is. When you don't use buddhi, buddhu, then you live, you cry, you die. You don't realize who am I. You come back, you're gone, and you're reborn. Therefore, very important for us not to be Buddhu. A Buddha will suffer pain of the body, misery of the mind, agony of the ego. Buddha will not. A true Buddha is free from all this, free from all the suffering. The Buddha is free from the cycle of death and rebirth. The Buddha has realized, I am not the body that will die. I am not the mind and ego, me. I am the divine energy. This is what the Buddha realizes. Okay? So very important. But the Buddha looks in the mirror and say, oh, see how smart I am. See? Buddha looks in the mirror all the time. Who's looking in the mirror? The Buddha. Because the Buddha doesn't understand, I am not this man. Hello, I am not this. But the Buddha is looking at the mirror. The Buddha thinks, I am the mind and ego, me. The Buddha realizes, no, I am not the body that will die. I am not the mind I cannot find. I am not what I appear to be. I am divine energy. Very important to realize the Buddha. I am the soul. The soul is Sip. I am Sip. Very, very important to realize. Otherwise, the Buddha will continue to suffer. But when you're Buddha, you have mantra jeene ka, shanti, anand, pyar. Who experiences? The Buddha, the one with the buddhi. Buddha doesn't know. Buddha says, maja karo yaar, chalo, maja karo, maja. Huh? So no, don't get carried away by maja. Maja is okay. I'm not saying don't do maja. But don't get caught in this saja. Because maja is a big problem. Maja we get caught. And we get caught, we'll be in deep trouble. So we must be cautious not to get into the state of maja, all the time maja. So my dear friends, don't be a buddhu. Learn to sharpen your buddhi like a pencil. How you sharpen. You sharpen. We have a choice. We all have a choice. We have buddhi. Use it and be Buddha. Lose it and be Buddhu. Up to you. You want to work towards your Buddhi? Oh, I like that story of what is the story of the Rabindranath Tagore? What is the story of Rabindranath Tagore? Rabindranath Tagore says, we human beings, at least we should be more intelligent. But look at the birds. Rabindranath Tagore talks of those two birds. What are the two birds? One bird, sone ki pinjare ki chidiya. And one bird, the one ki chidiya. And Rabindranath Tagore, he says in his beautiful song, I hope you all remember the song, I wrote a song for you all. And what is he saying in the song? He says, तुम्हें पंख दिए मैंने उड़ने को, सोने के पिंजरे में क्यों फंसे हो, जीवन का मकसद है मुझे पाना, छोड़ पिंजरे को, उड़ जा आसमां में, तेरा तो उद्देश्य है उड़ना उड़ना, मुझे पाना पाना, प्रभु ने कहा ये दो चिड़ियों को. Huh? We are sometimes more foolish than the चिड़िया. चिड़िया एक सोने के पिंजरे में एक वन में. That's सोने के पिंजरे. The सोने के पिंजरे, the bird in the golden cage is telling, what is that? What is the bird in the golden cage telling the other bird? Huh? You come and be with me. That wild, the bird from the jungle is telling you, fool, you chidiya, huh? You bakwa, you bewkoof chidiya. You are living a life of security. You're a fool. You are not meant to live and die. You're meant to open your wings and fly in the sky. Why don't you wake up, man, chidiya? Huh? So this big one ki chidiya, powerful chidiya, telling the bird in the golden cage. And what does Tagore say? Tagore says, पंख चिड़िया को दिया, उसको तो उड़ना है, पंख चिड़िया को क्यों दिया, उसको तो उड़ना है, पिंजरे में ना जीना ना यूं ही मर जाना है, बुद्धि हमको क्यों मिली, भेदभाव करना है, संसार के पिंजरे में हमें ना जीना मरना है, विवेक से जो है जीता जग से मुक्त होता है, दुखों से वो मुक्त होता, प्रभु से एक होता है, जीवन का मकसद प्रभु पाना है, इस माया से बचना, इस लीला से बचना, हम तो सच में है आत्मा है जानना है, हम तो इंसान नहीं हम भगवान है, मकसद जीवन का ये एहसास करना है. My dear friends, yesterday I was by mistake my flight landed in Berlin because I was flying and the flight was going over Pakistan airspace and the flight was deviated to Dubai, and from Dubai my flight went and I landed at midnight. I landed in via Berlin. Suddenly, if nowhere, so I was sitting 1 hour in Berlin. I wrote a song. So I was sitting, I wrote a song, Oh God, I love you. And the song says, तुम्हें मैं अगर दिल के अंदर ही पालूं. I wrote the song because the song is titled, Oh God, I love you. Huh? So in that, what a beautiful word it says. दुआ है कि बेनूर हो जाए आंखें किसी और की जो तमन्ना करूं मैं. I take the songs from Bollywood and I convert it to divine songs, right? And yesterday it happened in Berlin because this is what life is about. Life is about discriminating. Life is about realizing not to be slaves of the mind. If you let your mind become your boss, what will happen? The mind will start galloping on the horse and you will be at a great loss. Don't be Buddhu. Eliminate the mind. Enlighten the ego. Use the Buddhi to become a Buddha. Become a Buddha. So today's topic is on BBB. BBB. Why BBB? BBB can take you from AFA to EFE. Without BBB, oh, if you are stuck in mind and ego, me, you will fail. Simple, you will be in the jail. You will be gone and you will be reborn, and this will go on and on. See the funny thing. Did anybody teach us in school? Anybody taught us BBB in school? Anybody taught Buddhi, use intellect? Anybody taught? Nobody taught us. Nobody taught us. Anybody taught? Who? Anybody raise your hand if anybody was taught in school? Kill the mind, still the mind, use Buddhi. Nobody was taught spelling of happy is PPP. What we were taught in school? No BBB, no PPP. What you were taught? Only one thing, MMM. Money, 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 only money, money, money. That's why today also there's a war. We have a new podcast released recently. The podcast was released, I think the name of the podcast is IAS officer retired Abhishek. How many of you have seen that podcast with Abhishek? In Abhishek, what does he say? He tells me what I want. I want name, power, and money. I want money, name, and power. I asked him, what is the cause of war? He said, money, name, and power. I said, you're only telling the cause of war is money, power, and fame. And you are seeking money, power, and fame. Why? So people are in the catch-22 situation. People who have not experienced it want to experience that. Although people who have reached there will tell them, don't do it. You go and ask Bill Gates, you ask any of the top people, Warren Buffett, they will not tell you that go make money, money, money. Nobody will tell you that. Huh? Apple, the Apple CEO, what is his story? His story is he said, don't be mad running after money. So what is today's topic? Today's topic is BBB. BBB means what? If you don't use Buddhi, you become Buddhu. If you use Buddhi, you can become Buddha. Question everything, discriminate everything, become a Buddha. That is your challenge. Today, everybody is talking about war today. War. Even the war situation, you have to look at it from Buddhi point of view. Should we fight a war? Do we have to eliminate terrorism? Don't be in the mind state. If you're in the mind state, you're emotional. If your mind and ego, me, you cannot be free. But of course, you may have some questions to ask about the war. But the point is, be in the state of discrimination. Be in a state of realization. So my dear friends, 8:55 will be closing questions. So I'm going to give you some 30 minutes time. I'm going to summarize. What am I summarizing? Are you Buddhu or are you Buddha? Where are you in BBB journey? Have you found your Buddhi or is mind and ego making you Buddhu? Have you made up your mind what you want to be? You want to be Buddha or no? You want to use your Buddhi or no? And you can make that decision today. You can start the decision today. Next week, I'm trying to talk to you on new courses that I hope to start. The courses are called Nirvana courses. Nirvana, V with a double A, Nirvana. The courses will be, we're trying to reach a state called Nirvana. And I think the best word in spirituality, one of the best words in spirituality is the word Nirvana. Although you ask Buddhists, they don't understand the meaning properly. But the best word, one of the best words is a state of what I call eternal happiness through enlightenment. What is eternal happiness through enlightenment? It is Nirvana. So I hope to give you an introduction to the courses which I plan to start so you can be part of it. You can ask me questions, you can join the courses, you can become ultimately a teacher of the courses by following the courses and helping people learn. So that is my summary of today. BBB. Let me see what you want to be. You want to be Buddha, you want to be Buddha, You want to use your buddhi. So let me know, administrator. 30 minutes. We actually have 27 minutes. Yes, I'm having. This is not rum. This is berry tea. Yes, please. 8:55. The last question. So those who are going to come slow, then don't feel bad if you
गुड
miss the
इवनिंग
bus.
सर।
Yes, Gaurav.
सर मुझे ये जानना है कि आप कितने लाइफ टाइम से सर्च में थे एनलाइटनमेंट के। मतलब सदगुरु ने कहा है कि वो 2-3 जिंदगियों से कोशिश कर रहे थे, स्पिरिचुअल सीकर थे 2-3 लाइफ टाइम से। तो मेरे को ये
हाँ,
जानना है आपको कितना टाइम लगा एनलाइटनमेंट अचीव करने में, कितना कितने एफर्ट्स दिए आपने।
14 and a half lives.
रियली?
14 and a half.
14.5 लाइव्स?
कोई भी जिंदगी में नहीं बता सकता है कि कितने लाइफ टाइम लगता है एनलाइटन होने को, कोई भी नहीं बता सकता है। ठीक है?
अच्छा। हाँ हाँ।
Because एक बार when you are dead and gone, you have no you have no clue of what is going to happen when you are reborn. आप अपने आप से पूछो, आप जानते हैं पिछले जन्म में आप क्या थे? चीता थे या बिल्ली थे या चिड़िया थे? क्या थे आप?
मैं स्पिरिचुअल सीकर रहा हूँ पक्का।
कैसे मालूम है आपको स्पिरिचुअल सीखर थे?
बिकॉज मेरे को एक मेडिटेटिव एक्सपीरियंस हुआ है जिसकी वजह से मैं मेरा स्पिरिचुअल इंक्वायरी शुरू हुई। मुझे गुरुओं को जानने जानने का उत्सुकता थी, क्यूरियोसिटी थी स्पिरिचुअलिटी के बारे में जानने की। मैंने एक
अगर इतना
मेडिटेटिव स्टेट
अगर इतना
एक्सपीरियंस
क्यूरियोसिटी है तो ये सब बात झूठी बातें में यकीन मत करो। सच में यकीन करके आगे बढ़ो।
ओके ओके।
Nobody, once nobody can, we are not been given the privilege to remember the past life. We have not, otherwise we all would have known in this call. हम सब जानते हैं हमने क्या किया, कभी किया। पागल हो जाएंगे अगर आदमी जानता है पिछले जन्म में क्या है, क्या 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 नहीं किया, आदमी पागल हो जाएगा।
तो एनलाइटेंड आदमी भी नहीं जानता कि पास्ट लाइफ में वो क्या था।
Nobody knows.
ओके ओके ठीक है।
Okay, thank you. Bliko and Meenakshi.
Shivoham, love you all.
Yes, go.
So this BBB is very nice, but it is not like a black and white. You are Buddhu or you are using Buddhi or you are Buddhu, because there is a scale in between. So if I say about myself, I was 90% Buddhu and 10% Buddha, right, for so many long time. After the call, last 4-5 years, it become transformation and that equation become reverse. Still there is a 10% area is there which is to be enlightened. That area is dark, and that is because of the conditioning of upbringing and all the wrong learning which has to be unlearned and realize the truth which is required, and that's why I'm on the call, and
You've
that's
been on
my
the call for how
purpose.
many years? How many years you're on the call now?
And now it is our 4th year.
My God, 4 years.
3 year finish. Yeah,
So you know the benefit of coming on the call from 3 years.
correct.
Nobody has to tell you. You have used what has happened in 3 years. Your buddhi has become sharp and
Sharp
sharp
one,
and
yes.
sharp. Your consciousness has become deep. Your mind has become weak.
Weak.
Correct?
Yeah.
It's any doubt? Any doubt or no?
No doubt, because that's why you can observe your mind and you can tell with confidence that there is some problem, and that problem I can definitely overcome by the grace of this knowledge and the grace of God, and guidance of Guru. But I need to discipline and I need to focus on my goal. That is my side. I have to be taken care of. Otherwise, everything is in line when you are in this type of satsanga.
Yeah, and I feel very happy when I meet many people like you who are in this call for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. At least I'm saying over 1 year. Once people in this call have finished 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, even 5 years, then I feel that sense of fulfillment
Correct.
because I feel that you all have picked up so much. You all have reached that level. I don't have to hold your hand. I feel that you all have awakened a lot, and you all have reached that state of.
And yeah, and from our side also we can see our bliss and happiness and our change in our attitude and the way we look at the situation and things. And you feel not caught by mind for a long time. It may be flashes of caught a situation where you get carried over, but you can easily come out, and you can easily find out the way to out of any messy situation in the your life, and you
So,
can
Bliko,
be happy
yeah.
all the
So,
time.
Bliko, that exactly is what we are talking about today, correct? So, if you are completely in Viveka Chudamani, if you are completely in consciousness, completely Sthit Pragya, do you have a doubt that you will be a Buddha? You have any doubt?
No, no doubt, no doubt. Yeah, that's the only challenge. That's the only challenge.
The challenge is a little bit of the mind that's coming, little bit of the ego that's coming, little bit of the
Correct.
ignorance that's coming.
Correct.
What is our goal? What is our goal day to day to day? What must we do? Sharpen the buddhi, keep on sharpening the buddhi. Reach that state where
Complete.
I myself have that experience from 2012 to 13 to 14, then 14 to 15 to 16 to 17. Every day is a day. There is so much fulfillment, so much evolving, and every day is a day. Something or the other we learn. But of course, you can reach a point where you're completely awake, completely aware.
Yes. Yeah, definitely.
Okay. So that is Bliko. Now Meenakshi J.
So go on, sir.
Shivoham. Yes, Meenakshi.
Yeah, sir, I don't have a question on this topic particularly, but I have another question. Like,
Yes.
uh, sir, 2, 3 days ago, we had a session on God realization, right? God
Yeah, few days
realization.
back on
Huh.
Goya. Yeah.
Huh. So, on that topic, I want to ask. You said that you should love the love should be like the divine love. You should love the your personal God. So as
Yes.
we are now, as we are now on the spirituality, and we understand that we believe in non-duality, right? But
Yes.
you said कि you love your personal God. That means, I think, aren't you taking us back to the religion?
No. If you are still not awakened to the truth that God is within, then you
Huh.
should love your God so much that you can get there. But if you have already awakened, you don't have to go back.
So that is not for us now. Like we have already, I think I have already crossed that stage.
Yeah, for
Stage
if you
ki
have already okay, but then, were you ever in love with your God so deeply? Were you ever in love?
not so, no, 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 not like
Then
you.
then there's a problem. Then you must be at least now you must be madly in love with Sip.
With Sip now, huh? With Sip, not with the
If
personal God.
if you are sure, you're clear there is no God in the sky. Are you having any doubt or
Yeah,
you are 100% sure?
no, no doubt, sir. No doubt.
Ah. So then you because see you already missed that bus. I was in love with my God for how many years? For 40 years.
Huh.
What gave me God realization? What was the essential cause of my God realization? It was that
Because
bhakti.
in,
It was
yes,
that
devotion.
bhakti.
But we don't need right now, now, because we need the love with Sip, not with the personal God or not with the religious.
See, so if you have already passed that point, you already made the turn, then you don't have to go back. But if
Huh.
you are far away, if you are just starting the spiritual journey, then it's a good idea to love your personal God a lot. Want your personal God, seek your personal God, realize your personal God.
I have not realized, but some realizations are there. I'm very clear there is no God in the sky. I'm very clear. I have no doubt that there is some God or there is some person living in the sky who is helping us, or I don't believe. I believe in power, that is true.
Then you must,
So,
it's not so easy, but to fall in love with that power, but you must fall in love with that power.
yes, with that power, I'm trying. Obviously, I have not. I am not deeply in love with it, but I am trying my best, I guess.
When you are deeply in love with SIP, then you will see SIP in all, you will serve SIP in all, you will
Shipinol.
love
Yes,
SIP in
yes,
all.
yes.
How will you
Got
reach
it.
that
So
point?
so my point was only that ki I don't need to be loving with the personal God now. That is
No,
my point.
if you are gone beyond that, I told you you don't need to.
Okay.
But if
Thank
you
you,
are
sir.
not
One more.
gone beyond, that can be a very beautiful way of realizing God. You have such a deep love, such a deep yearning.
Got it, sir.
Okay?
Got it. Through the
Anything else?
devotion, we can. Huh. So one more question I have.
Yes.
Uh, because of the mind state, I did something very wrong. Okay,
Hmm.
that guilt is not. I'm not able to overcome that guilt. It's very wrong I did because of mind state. I was deeply in. I was so much in mind state. Ki I did something wrong, and now I regret. I'm feeling like ki, what the hell I did.
Okay. It is something recently or in the past or recently?
Something recently. Something
Okay.
recently. Yeah.
Okay. So now use your buddhi. Today say use your buddhi. Can you
Yeah.
correct what you have done? Is it correctable?
No, sir.
Are you sure it is not correctable or your ego is saying no?
It is. No, 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 not my ego. That is not correctable. I did something wrong. That is not the physically. That is not correctable. But I don't know how to correct that thing.
So either if
Uh,
you have to either talk to me personally, WhatsApp
yeah,
me
I will.
because
I will talk to you personally.
yeah.
Yeah.
See, because let me tell you one thing. Most of the things which are recent is correctable. But for example, if what we have done wrong, somebody is already passed, gone, this person is not there, it's not reversible. For example,
Hmm.
see if I take your purse and I burn it, I can't bring back the purse. I've already burnt it, but I can give
Hmm.
you a new purse. I can make good for whatever wrong I have. If it's possible to make good, then we make good. But living with regret is of no use.
Okay.
What is already
Because
done
the
is
mind
done and
again, the
dusted.
mind is coming. Mind is coming again in the picture. The regret, the guilt, like
No,
that
it's
is.
no use.
I
Regret
know
and
that is
guilt.
of no use.
uh, Use your buddhi, make the right choice, use your intelligence, make a right discrimination. That is life. Sometimes
Okay.
we cling onto a wrong decision. Sometimes we cling onto a wrong decision because of our foolishness. Why should we make a foolish mistake and cling on to that foolish mistake? Very often we can see clearly, we can see the path ahead, but we are not able to take that path ahead because we have made some foolish mistake. Now we are stuck in that foolish mistake. We have to have the courage to let go.
Hmm.
Otherwise, we will suffer forever.
Yes, sir. Got it.
Okay, but you can talk to me if you
Yeah,
like on.
I will
Yeah,
talk to you personally. Yeah.
yeah. Sachin
Thank
and
you, sir.
Yogini. Thank you. Sachin and Yogini. 15 minutes to go.
Shivam Guruji.
Sure.
I'm really sorry. I have not understood I have understood the topic very well for today, but still not got the concept fully. So if you can repeat in a very simple way for me. I'm
We all
sorry
have a
to ask you
buddhi.
again.
We all
Hmm,
have a buddhi. Buddhi means
hmm,
intellect.
hmm.
If you don't use the buddhi, you become Buddhu. If you use the buddhi, you become Buddha. That's all.
Basically, consciousness,
No,
intellect.
no, intellect. Don't wow, what Sachin? After such a long time, you're telling me basically consciousness. I'm telling you the tail is behind the two legs. You're telling the leg is the tail. The tail is the leg. No, leg is not the tail, and tail is not the leg. Please understand that from the mind we go to a state of consciousness. In the state of consciousness, the tool of discrimination, the faculty of
Is
discrimination
intellect. Is
is
intellect.
intellect. Yeah, that you can decide. I'm getting a job
Hmm.
this year. I'm getting that job. I'm getting this job. Which job I should take? This is better.
Right.
This is better.
Discrimination power. Hmm.
Yeah, obviously.
Hmm.
So
So
it's
once you have intellect, you go from intellect to Buddha.
from the intellect. If you use your intellect, you become a Buddha. Yes, if you use your power of
Hmm.
discrimination.
Hmm. Okay. Got
Is there
it.
else?
Got it. No, got it. Got it. Got
Okay, you can
Shivam, sir.
show him.
I'm still living like a stone cutter, not able to break the rock. For example, like today also when I was meditating, the mind and the ego was really troubling. So I had to use my intellect, which I was not able to. What could be the reason?
You see, if I look at you, sometimes we are clinging to samsara. If I look at particularly you, since you're asking me a case and there's still 10 minutes free time, so I'm taking the liberty when there's time to answer your question, Aram se.
Please, sir.
If we cannot commit 1 hour a day to sit on Zoom, that means something is seriously wrong with us. Something is seriously wrong. See, I'll just tell you.
Taking it seriously.
Not that.
Am
No,
I
I'm not saying you are. I'm just making you understand one thing. You want Prabhu, you want God, you want liberation, you want moksha.
Yes.
But I don't see you regular on this call.
Yes.
Now, if this call is important, if Prabhu is important, if moksha is important, if your life is important, why can't out of 24 hours you give 1 hour a day? This 1 hour is a solution to all problems. This 1 hour is a solution to your problems, your misery, your happiness, your physical problems, your relationship problems, your spiritual problems, your religious. This is 1 hour solution to all problems. But I find many people, dozens of people are coming on this call twice a week, thrice a week, 4 times a week, 5 times a week. No. This call is a commitment to SIP. This call is your commitment to the divine. This call is not a commitment to me.
Correct. I agree.
So I'm saying, and this is exactly why we are saying today use Buddhi. Buddhi means use your discrimination. Why can I not leave everything aside? Okay, in 1 month, 2 months, you miss 1 call, I understand. But if every week you're missing 2, 3, 4 calls, then what? That means you're not giving importance to your life. If you are not, this call is not a call where I'm speaking. Hello, I'm not speaking for 1 hour every day. This call is where hundreds plus seekers are coming, asking questions, contemplating, talking on SIP, talking on hundreds of topics. Not 1 or 2 topics, hundreds. There's such a serious, this call is therefore so important. And when you are not able, that means something else is more important in your life. If something else is more important in your life, you can't get moksha. You can't get nirvana. So when you ask me a question, I hope I'm answering your question. The question answered. See, Yogini, life comes to us only once.
Once.
There is no guarantee what you're going to come back as, what next life. You have any control on your next life?
No.
You have no control on next life. Zero. Zero control. But you have control on this life. You have control on this life.
No.
And you're losing the control of this life. What can I say? So, no. So I'm telling you, I know you're committed to this journey. I know you want enlightenment. I know you are very committed. But stay focused and stay resolute.
Yeah. I will do.
Yeah, and I'm telling many of you in the call who are missing this call, it's a big mistake. Don't miss a call even one day. Don't miss the call. I am I'm canceling my tickets. I'm canceling my tickets not to miss that once a month I'm missing. I'm trying to find a new flight. I'm not going to miss even once a month. I don't want to miss even a single day. I'm trying my best to find a ticket which will avoid me missing once a month, which I'm missing. Okay. Done?
Thank you.
Viresh.
Yes.
9 minutes to go. If anybody has any questions, Viresh.
प्रणाम प्रभु जी।
प्रणाम
प्रभु जी।
बोलिए।
प्रभु जी हाँ कि जैसे है हम हमेशा योग में नहीं रह पाते हैं, जैसे आपका भक्ति योग है या कर्म योग है, उसकी जगह हम हमेशा ग्रेटिट्यूड महसूस करते हैं, सांस सांस में, खा रहे हैं, पी रहे हैं, चल रहे हैं, हर कदम में उसके लिए ग्रेटिट्यूड है कि वो हमको आज जिंदा रखे, इस समय है ना? तो वो योग में नहीं आ पाएगा।
ना,
अच्छा।
बिकॉज आप जब वो योग में, आप वो ग्रेटिट्यूड में है, ये
जी,
अद्वैत है या द्वैत है?
ये तो द्वैत में हो गया।
हाँ,
द्वैत में हो गया,
योग
ग्रेटिट्यूड में द्वैत। जी,
हाँ, तो देखिए, ग्रेटिट्यूड ये हुआ जब मैं है और प्रभु है ना, दो है ना।
उसके प्रति आभार है, अहो भाव।
हाँ, जब ही जब हम है ही नहीं, मैं प्रभु में मिल जाता हूँ, डिजॉल्व, हिंदी में क्या बोलते हैं, मैं प्रभु के
विलीन हो,
हिंदी में,
विलीन हो गए, मिट
हाँ,
गए।
विलीन। वो प्रभु
जी,
में अगर मैं विलीन हो जाता हूँ तो फिर मैं, अगर मैं प्रभु में विलीन हो जाता हूँ नरेश जी,
हाँ,
तो फिर
जी,
मैं
जी,
कहाँ हूँ?
नहीं,
मैं कहाँ हूँ?
तब नहीं हो, है ही
मैं
नहीं।
हूँ ही मैं हूँ ही नहीं।
ग्रेटिट्यूड की बात ही नहीं फिर। हाँ,
देखिए, ग्रैटिट्यूड वैसे अच्छी बात है, बुरी बात नहीं है, लेकिन ग्रैटिट्यूड शुड ओनली बी अ पुश टू गेट यू इनटू योगा। योगा का मतलब क्या है?
कि उससे एक हो जाए, जैसे जो भी काम कर रहे हैं अपने को हटा ले, है ना? कर्म
योग
योग है ना?
योग का मतलब है युज, योग का मतलब है युज, युज
जी,
मतलब एक हो जाना,
यूनाइटेड विद गॉड, या जो भी समझे। हाँ,
यूनिसन, यूनिसन,
जी,
यूनिसन या एक होना। जब हम प्रभु से एक हो जाते हैं तो
जी,
हम मैं जैसी कोई चीज ही नहीं है।
नहीं है, नहीं है। हाँ,
तो ये बोलना प्रभु, मैं बहुत आभार प्रकट करता हूँ, ये सब ठीक है। जब मैं
जी,
अभी कल परसों मैंने क्लास में क्या कहा,
जी,
देखिए, मैंने एक भजन लिखा कुछ साल पहले। वो भजन मैंने क्या लिखा?
हम्म,
आभारी इतना प्रभु मैं,
जी,
शब्दों से बयां ना करूं मैं, कृपा तेरी इतनी है मुझ पे। हाँ? तो ये जब मैं गाता हूं, तो
जी,
ये उस प्यास में गाता हूँ, उस प्यास में गा के पियो पॉल
जी,
आईफोन 12 पियो जेडएक्स।
जी,
जब हम करते हैं, जब इतना
जी,
प्यास है, तो
जी,
तभी तभी हम उस प्यास में आ, हम अपने आप को शून्य बना देते हैं।
जी, हाँ,
तो
बिल्कुल
वो चाहिए, वो मैंने कुछ कुछ 2 दिन पहले क्लास में क्या कहा, जूम में क्या कहा, कि वो प्यास चाहिए।
चाहिए।
वो
जी,
प्यास, इतनी प्यास, इतनी प्यास, इतनी प्यास,
जी,
कि हम शून्य बन जाए।
धन्यवाद, बिल्कुल। जो भी कह रहा कर रहा वही कर रहा। हाँ, जी,
तो
ठीक है।
ये देखिए, दिस इज नॉट इजी। तो
जी,
ये इसके करने के लिए क्या चाहिए? इसके करने के लिए हमें
जी,
ध्यान योग चाहिए। क्यों
जी,
ध्यान योग चाहिए? क्योंकि अगर हम ध्यान में रहेंगे, इफ वी आर इन मेडिटेशन, तो वी आर हम उस शांत में हैं। फिर भक्ति योग चाहिए। भक्ति योग
जी,
भक्ति योग से वो नाता शुरू होता है, प्यार शुरू होता है। फिर कर्म योग, कर्म योग का मतलब क्या है? प्रभु, जो भी करता हूं मैं कुछ ना करता हूँ, प्रभु तू सब कुछ तू करता है, लेकिन कराने वाला तू है।
हाँ,
तो
जी,
मैं, सो दिस इज, ये बार बार यही हमारे हमारा हमारा एहसास हो कि
जी,
मैं क्या हूं, कुछ भी नहीं, सब कुछ तुम ही हो प्रभु, तुम बिन मैं क्या, कुछ भी ना। तो ये इंपॉर्टेंट है,
जी।
ज्ञान
हम तो
ज्ञान योग। हाँ जी।
हम उसकी बांसुरी हैं और वो बजा रहा, हम पोली बांसुरी हैं। हाँ, वो
हाँ।
बजा रहा, धुन निकाल रहा, वही कर रहा। हमारा कुछ नहीं है ना? जैसी धुन वो
ये
बजाए बजाए।
ये जो ना, ये मैं निकाल देना है नरेश जी। अगर ये मैं हट जाएगा, बाकी
जी,
बचेगा प्रभु।
जी,
और
हाँ,
देखिए, हमें हमें क्या सिखाया गया है? हमें सिखाया गया है, ग्रैटिट्यूड चाहिए, आभार
जी,
चाहिए।
जी, हाँ,
अगर ये ग्रैटिट्यूड होगा, आभार होगा, हम प्रभु से दूर रहेंगे।
जी, हाँ,
एक, पता नहीं
ठीक।
आपने कभी किसी से ज्यादा प्यार किया है?
नहीं, किया है, बिल्कुल किया है। हाँ, किया है।
बहुत ज्यादा प्यार किया है किसी से? ऐसा
जी हाँ,
प्यार कि आप उनके लिए मरने के लिए तैयार है, ऐसे प्यार किया आपने?
नहीं होता है। हाँ हाँ, ये होता है ना
तो
कि हमको जो भी नुकसान हो जाए, मिट जाए, वो बना रहे, वो खुश रहे। जी
तो मैं आपको एक एग्जाम्पल पूछता हूँ।
जी
सपोज सपोज मैं किसी से बहुत प्यार करता हूँ, ठीक है?
जी
मैं बहुत
जी
प्यार करता हूँ।
जी।
तो जब वो मेरे लिए कुछ करता है या करता है, तो
हाँ
मेरा जवाब क्या होता है?
हाँ
मैं नहीं बोलता है थैंक यू, थैंक यू, थैंक यू। मैं क्या बोलता हूँ? मैं बोलता हूँ आई लव यू, आई लव यू।
हाँ
अभी
हाँ,
थैंक यू बोलने में दो हो गए,
दो हो गए। हाँ हाँ,
और
हो गए।
आई लव यू बोलने में
हाँ, कि भाई वो जो भी कुछ है समझ लिए वही है ना, हम
प्यार
कुछ भी
प्यार
नहीं।
नहीं, वो
बिल्कुल।
प्यार प्यार हो सकता है, प्रभु की प्यास, प्रभु का प्यार। तो
जी
ये द डीप लव एंड लॉन्गिंग, द डीप कनेक्शन, ये
जी
इंपॉर्टेंट है। और जब तक अभी देखिए, अभी एक वॉर चल रहा है, ठीक
जी
है? लेट मी टच द टॉपिक ऑफ वॉर 2-3 मिनट के लिए, ठीक है?
जी जी।
तो
हाँ,
वॉर में ठीक है, हम लोगों को शूट कर रहे हैं, लोगों को मार रहे हैं, वो ठीक है, बात ठीक है।
नहीं ठीक नहीं है, ठीक नहीं है ना,
लेकिन अगर ठीक नहीं है, तो शैतान को क्या करना है?
है ना। अब शैतान को मतलब अगर हम अपने देखिए, दो चीजें, एक सामाजिक व्यवस्था है, एक आंतरिक है। हम आपके साथ आंतरिक व्यवस्था या स्पिरिचुअली में बात कर रहे हैं। समाज में दूसरी स्थिति है। जैसे कोई हमको मार रहा है तो हमको अपने को बचाना है, चाहे जैसे भी हो। जैसे एक संत ने कहा था, एक सांप था, वो लोगों को काटता था, तो संत ने कहा कि आप काटो नहीं, ये गलत है। वो चुपचाप बैठा रहता था, लोग पत्थर मार के चले जाते थे। दोबारा संत निकले, उन्होंने कहा हमने तुम्हें काटने के लिए मना कहा था, फुफकारने के लिए मना नहीं किया। फुफकारो, है ना, ऐसा नहीं कि तुम उनके पत्थर खाते रहो, चोट खाओ। तो वही चीज है कि सामाजिक व्यवस्था में हमें थोड़ा सा बाहर की व्यवस्था भी देखना पड़ेगी। लेकिन जो अभी आपने बोला ना कि हम अपना मिट जाए अर्जुन की तरह, कि हमें जो भी कर रहा है ऊपर वाला कर रहा है, चाहे हम तीर चला रहे हैं और चाहे गदा चला रहे हैं, है ना, कर वही रहा, वही बता रहा। हम सिर्फ जो है एक तरीके से मतलब उसका एक्शन, वही बांसुरी है वो बजा रहा है और हम कर रहे हैं। जी
तो मैं ये जब हम युद्ध करते हैं, उस
जी
युद्ध में हमारा भाव जो है, वो
जी
प्रभु के प्रेम का भाव होना चाहिए।
जी
ऐसे नहीं होना चाहिए मारो साले को, मारो, गोली मारो, मार खत्म कर दो साले, तो हर वो इंसान में भगवान है। हर
बिल्कुल। हाँ
हर इंसान में भगवान है। हम ये नहीं भूल सकते कि ये, हाँ, वो शैतान बन गया, वो भगवान जो है वो शैतान बन गया।
बन
लेकिन
गया,
हम शैतान को मार सकते हैं, लेकिन भगवान को भूल नहीं सकते।
नहीं बोल सकते, बिल्कुल नहीं बोल सकते।
तो
हाँ
अगर ये भाव है कि भगवान, हर इंसान में भगवान है ना, तो हम
जी जी।
युद्ध भी करेंगे, हम उस भाव से
हम्म,
युद्ध करेंगे। जैसे हम
हाँ
अरे यार प्रभु, ये आतंकवाद है, उनको मारना है, लेकिन हमें माफ करना है, उनको मारना है, कुछ सोल्यूशन नहीं है। तो आपके हाथों में है, आप कराओ जो भी सही है, आप ऐसा। और इसका
जी,
मतलब ये कि प्रभु वहां दूर नहीं, प्रभु हमारे अंदर ही है।
अंदर
तो
जी जी जी।
तो ये जो आपने, और एक बात आपने, क्वेश्चन आपने पूछा, there is no harm in having a kind of gratitude in experiencing God inside you,
जी
experiencing the divine in you. Then it's not nothing wrong in doing that.
जी, कुछ सजा नहीं। ठीक है,
Good.
प्रणाम प्रभु।
My dear friends, we have 4 minutes left. So मैं आप लोगों से कह रहा था that I am or myself trying to change my flight. कि once a month when I come on a retreat, 10-day retreat, I miss this call. And I'm trying to change sooner or later the flight so I can avoid missing this call. But why is this call so important? For example, today's call, Buddhi, Buddha, Buddhu. Today we are listening to a war-like situation. What did Buddha do? 2000 years ago when there was war, what did Buddha do? Buddha said, बुद्ध ने कहा मुझे नहीं चाहिए, मुझे ये महल नहीं चाहिए, मुझे विजयता नहीं चाहिए। वो सब कुछ छोड़ के भाग गया। बट क्या आज हमारे कंट्री में हम सब लोग बोल रहे हैं कि कुछ नहीं चाहिए, सब कुछ छोड़ के हम चले जाएंगे? तो जैसे दुनिया बढ़ती है, लाइफ बढ़ता है, एज civilization evolves as we grow. We have to be in consciousness. We have to be in consciousness. We have to use buddhi. We have to use vivek. We have to use intellect. We have to discriminate. And we have to realize as to what exactly is the purpose of our existence. What are we trying to achieve? Are we wanting more money, more name, more fame? आखिर हम क्या चाहते हैं? आखिर तो ये जो इंसान है, हर इंसान मर जाएगा, लेकिन हम क्या चाहते हैं? हम कि ना मरे, ये तन तो मरेगा, लेकिन हम थोड़ी मरेंगे. We are not the body that dies, we are immortal souls. And to realize this is our goal, to discover the purpose of our existence. What is the purpose of human life? Why did we come to earth? What is the purpose of human birth? तो जब तक हम ये सब नहीं समझते, जब तक till we are not in this consciousness, what we call Sat Chit Anand. Why is it so important to be in Sat Chit Anand? So important, so important. Because unless you are in Sat Chit, truth consciousness, you will not experience that state of nirvana. So I'm trying to create some new courses called Nirvana. Nirvana course means how to reach that state of nirvana, how to reach that state of seamless bliss. Mantra, जीने का शांति आनंद प्यार. How to reach that state? How to reach that state of true love? What is true love? True love is not just loving some human being. True love is loving God, having deep love, very deep love, but not for the skin. Deep love for the divine that dwells within. And so, if we evolve on the journey of happiness, we evolve in the journey of spirituality. We keep growing, keep growing, keep growing. Ultimately, we will reach there. So thank you. Every Friday, I get an opportunity to speak for 30 minutes on a topic. If there's any topic that you would like me to speak on, please suggest to me, because those topics will help everybody. But otherwise, what's more important is the question and answers, because it helps people understand both the question and the answer. With folded hands, I bow down to you.